500,000 years after humans disappeared from Earth's surface, choosing sleep over extinction, choosing to wait rather than accept defeat, their descendants stood among the stars as full members of a galactic community that had survived because of them. Not conquered it, not ruled it, simply helped it. And in the end, that was a legacy worth waking up for. The signal. It appeared without warning. Not a ship, not at first. Just a signal. A low-frequency pulse broadcasting on a band no known civilization used anymore. Old. Almost primitive. It bounced off 3 relay buoys before Drail's communications officer locked onto the source. "Admiral." The officer's voice carried an unfamiliar note, uncertainty. "Something just dropped out of fold space at grid sector 99 Omega." Vorath turned slowly. "One of ours returning from the Paloran campaign?" "No, sir." A pause. "It's not Valkyrie. It's not any configuration in our database." The main view screen shimmered and resolved into an image that made the entire bridge fall silent. It was massive, far larger than their own flagship. A rectangular titan of scarred gray metal, its hull plated in layered alloy that bore the deep gouges and carbon burns of 100 battles. For enormous engine nacelles blazed blue-white at its stern. Along its flanks, magnetic rail cannons the size of city blocks sat locked and ready. At its prow, a single name had been stamped in bold block letters, visible even from this distance through the viewport. UNT's Iron Covenant, Terran Battleship Class 7. "Terran?" Drail whispered the word like it was unfamiliar in his mouth. It was. The Valkyrie had heard rumors. A young species from an unremarkable spiral arm, barely 2 centuries into interstellar travel. Biological. Fragile. Supposedly still fighting wars among themselves not long ago. Vorath clasped his hands behind his back. "Open a channel. Let them make their mistake quickly." Captain Marcus Hale. The face that appeared on screen was weathered. A broad-jawed man in his 50s with steel gray hair cropped close and eyes the color of old iron. He wore a dark uniform bearing a single emblem, a blue sphere with a sword through its center. "I'm Captain Marcus Hale of the Terran Naval Command," the man said, his voice unhurried, almost casual. "You've been destroying colonies in this cluster for 3 months. I'm here to ask you to stop." Vorath studied the human with the detached curiosity of a biologist observing an insect. "You came alone," he said finally. "One ship. Against my fleet of 60. "I noticed that too," Hale replied. He didn't flinch. Didn't blink. Didn't seem to matter. Vorath sent the attack order without another word. 40 plasma lances fired simultaneously, enough energy to crack a moon. The Iron Covenant didn't evade. It absorbed. Layered reactive plating detonated outward in controlled bursts, dispersing the plasma across its hull. Damage indicators flickered aboard the Valkyrie's ships. Electromagnetic backwash had fried 3 of their targeting systems. Before Vorath could recalibrate, the Terran battleship's rail cannons opened up. Not with energy, with mass. Tungsten slugs the size of shuttlecrafts crossed the void in seconds, punching through 3 Valkyrie crescents like needles through paper. No shields. No countermeasures. Just physics raw and merciless. In 40 years of command, Vorath had never ordered a retreat. "All ships, pull back!" Hale's voice returned over the channel, calm as ever. "400 years is a long streak, Admiral. But streaks end." He leaned back in his command chair. "I'll be here when you're ready to talk terms." The Iron Covenant held its position, engines idling, scarred hull glowing faintly against the stars. Patient, immovable, and utterly, terrifyingly unimpressed. The universe had just learned a new truth. The Valkyrie never fired the first shot again.